Welcome back to another great episode of UMass Yak Back. I'm your host, Christine Squalia, and we've got a great show planned for you today. First off, we're going to be talking about how UMass fired their basketball coach, hired a new one, but then he left, so we're going to be talking about that. And then we're going to be talking about kids in the UK are huffing trash, as well as people are getting watches made out of their pet's fur. So that's interesting. And then we're going to follow it up with what happened to Club Penguin, why did it die, and are we all really sad about it? Stay tuned. Welcome back, Yackers. We're here for another great segment. Our first one up, we're going to be talking about the UMass basketball coach situation. Here to talk about it, we have Jake, Bernsey, and Molly. So, Jake, do you want to give a little background on the situation?
So, this whole week I've been getting new develops about it. What I understand is that I actually don't even know the guy's name. Coach, anyone know the coach's name?
Is it Kelsey?
Kellogg to
Kellogg to Kelsey to McCall. Yeah. All right. Yeah. So Kelsey took the job after Kellogg left for the new UMass basketball head coach, and about 30 minutes to an hour before he signed the contract, he'd already signed requirements saying that he will be the coach and everything like that. Before the official contract was signed, he bailed. Just called him up and said, "I'm not coming, not doing the job." And everyone was like...
Right before a press conference, 15 minutes before.
Everyone was like, well, what the fuck? What are we going to do now? And apparently on one of the contracts that he signed was saying that if you back out, you owe UMass $1 million. So this guy's only making not only making, but $300,000-$400,000 a year. And he's going to pay UMass back $1 million. So it's a lot of it's a lot of money, man. He fucked it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's through other circumstances that we can talk about with them.
Yeah, sure. And then Bernsey, what's up with this new coach now? New coach.
I don't know much about the new coach. He's just it was a very recent thing. But let's talk about the fact that where all these millions of dollars. First of all, the first coach that got fired was making $1 million.
Yeah, highest paid state of Massachusetts employee.
Yeah, and is coaching a losing basketball team that nobody really watches.
No, pretty bad. Sorry, UMass.
And then now the second coach, he leaves and he owes $1 million. I think UMass is the winner here financially, and I'm just wondering what's going on with this. I don't understand it.
How much do you think we're paying the new guy?
Probably about $300,000-$400,000, right around what he should be for. I don't know the average.
Net profit of $600,000 for UMass.
Yeah, that's not. I mean, I don't really know what the average salary of a college basketball coach or even college athletics coach to begin with. I guess it depends on the school. If you're Jim Boeheim at Syracuse basketball, he's probably making around $1 million. He's probably making way more than Kellogg. But if you're Coach McCall coming in from Chattanooga, I think we talked about, from Chattanooga to UMass basketball, I can't see that being too much. But it's 6 figures, so, mazel tov to him.
It's 6 figures, not $100,000 though, times it by 3 or 4. So.
Yeah, exactly. That's still a lot of money to be coaching a losing basketball team. I'll do it.
Do you think we're gonna get any better?
You gotta hope so.
Molly, what do you think?
I think it's really interesting. I haven't been to a single basketball game at UMass. I'm a sports fan, but I just ever since the divisions were moved up, especially for football, it's just not so great. And hockey used to be highly praised here, and the games were really lively, and they're still fun, but they've lost that edge. Yeah, it's really gone downhill. But yeah, you gotta wonder if there are any backroom deals going on because of all this financial gain that the university is getting, and just some job shifts. It's very strange.
Can I go on a rant real quick?
Yeah.
I got a rant after that.
Word. I just want to go on record and say that UMass rugby is one of the best UMass athletic programs, by the way.
I love UMass rugby.
We've
Isn't our
won.
club baseball team like one of the
Club
best
baseball
too?
team is really good too. Our club teams are just out of control. So we should be getting $1 million. That would be dope. We get some new jerseys. We actually just got new jerseys. But we've won the national championship past 3 years in a row.
Ultimate Frisbee won the national championship last year.
Club teams are dirty here. We just can't go. We just can't go into the NCAA. They're doing us dirty.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're pretty all clubs are really good. But when
No.
it comes down to the actual competition amongst other schools and their D1 programs, it's
I'm an
All right.
avid fan of UMass rugby.
Anyways,
Avid.
rant 2.
Okay, quick rant too. Okay, so 2 things that they said. Number 1, our club teams are better. People go to rugby games. People actually want to go to rugby games, and they drink and they go, and that's what college is about.
that's true.
I'm a
Oh,
huge
I have a rant after.
off of this is just the rant episode. Off of what Molly said, she doesn't go to the games. I'm a huge basketball fan. I'm a huge sports fan. I haven't been to a game this year. I don't think I've been to one since my junior year. They're not exciting to watch. You watch, they go. The coach pretends to do stuff, they lose. Okay, and then last point. There was better days. There was better days for UMass basketball. Back in the 90s, we had a guy named Marcus Camby and Coach Calipari, who some of you may know,
Coach
who's
K.
now in Kentucky, and he brought this program to where we wanted to be. People were going to the games, drinking, having fun, and that was honestly because he was paying the players. But he still actually brought the program to a good point, and he got crucified for just paying the players some of the money that they were actually bringing in to make.
Is it Oracle?
Yeah.
Get
I had
lit
to turn
up.
off my phone.
Job
Yeah,
offers.
anyway, rant
Yeah,
over.
I think
Right.
what really we're understanding here is that UMass it can only have winning teams if there's lots of alcohol involved. So really what should be happening is there should be more tailgates for everything.
Yes.
More tailgates.
I would
More
tailgate
tailgates.
for women's softball.
Women's softball.
I'd do it.
Hockey, basketball.
Swimming?
Football, swimming.
Ooh, swimming.
Swimming.
I don't know.
That'd be
Do we
good.
have a luge team? Probably not. But there should be a tailgate for it.
We just got to give the Mullins Center
We need to be more proud of our teams. and
Yeah.
what better way to do that than to tailgate them?
Yeah, you get
Well,
so
if
fired up.
if you have a rowdy fan section and they're drinking, it brings so much energy to the team, and that gives them the home court advantage that we're so lacking because nobody goes to the games.
That's the other thing.
Yeah.
I feel like at the I've been to one basketball game and no one was drinking. But every time I go to a hockey game, everyone's hammered. But I think the problem is the cops are kind of just more strict. I feel like at the hockey games they kind of just don't care.
I think the hockey players probably drink too because that's
Yeah.
why they're so bad. I don't know.
But you gotta put it in one of those cups so it's not suspicious and have a good time. And maybe if more people went, we'd have better teams. But we'll see. Hopefully this new coach will be great. That's all the time we have. We'll see you guys on the next segment. Stay lit. All right, guys, welcome back. We've got another segment for you. This time we've got a twofer where we're saying some kind of ridiculous stories. One of them is kids in the UK are lighting trash cans on fire and huffing them in the hopes of getting high. And then in addition to that, people also thought it would be a good idea to collect their pet's fur and send it to this company who will turn them into a watch. Here to talk about it, we have Jake, Bernsey, and Kate. Kate, what do you think about these kids huffing trash, and do you think you would actually get high on it?
One, that sounds just unpleasant because, I assume we have all smelled trash cans in our lives, and it doesn't smell good. You don't breathe that in intentionally. So I'd feel if you wanted to get high off of, cheap and inadvisable substances, glue and paint are still there, right?
Yeah.
No, they
Whatever
took out the
happened-
chemicals in the glue.
What about like paint thinner?
Goddamn Elmer. You do paint thinner. You can also sniff cat piss.
That sounds equally unpleasant as burning
Or just
trash.
smoke weed. You whippets.
Yeah.
That's true. They're in
Nitrous
Europe. Is
gas.
it not like legal there yet?
Acid.
Then again, they're not really Europe anymore. Isn't Brexit starting now?
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
There's just so many other options. Like, why are you doing that? And it probably doesn't work well.
Those redcoats are crazy. They were crazy. I wouldn't be caught huffing garbage. Maybe though. If it was already, I wouldn't go out of my way. But if I was just strolling down the London streets and I just walked by an alleyway and there were a couple dudes huffing garbage and I was just jonesing for some high, I would definitely hop in there.
Consensus, who would do it? Yeah. No. I like
do it
really don't
once.
understand. Like
Just to say you've done it.
how low are you in your life to where you're like huffing garbage and not shooting heroin?
Well, I think they're pretty high. Someone. Thanks. Can we get that sound effect in there?
Yeah, edit it after. Burnsy, but on the other topic, do you have any pets?
Do I have any pets?
Yeah, any pets?
I have cats.
Ooh,
How many?
I'll tell you this. I can relate that to this segment because I had nothing to say really about it. My cats don't need drugs. They're just like naturally. They're just like naturally always high, and it's such a nice lifestyle
that's not where I was.
to live. Well, I don't
Birdsy's
know-
been huffing
I don't know
garbage
where
right now.
I don't know where you're going with it.
We were hopping on the Watts topic. She was just drastically switching it.
Yeah. I feel like we had exhausted all huffing garbage. section.
Huffing
Citizen,
garbage.
because I cannot get my
Inadvisable.
cat to stop
That's
rolling
That's
joints.
the consensus.
But anyways, I'm glad your cats are high enough. But do you ever have the urge to wear your cats?
What? Have you been huffing paint?
Huffing
garbage.
garbage.
I mean
Have
garbage.
Oh,
listening?
thank you for wording it like that. You ever just get that urge to wear your pet?
What are you talking about?
Birdsy, answer the question.
I don't know what do you mean? Like,
Do you want to wear your cat?
wear my cat?
It's a
Where
very
you
simple
get?
question.
How define wearing a cat?
I don't know. Well,
Skin
this
it.
company, right, is having people collect 4 ounces of their cat hair and then shipping it to them, and then they're turning their cat hair into a watch. And you buy this watch.
So how does that even work? Like,
Could I do it with my girlfriend's hair? Or would that, or would that be too creepy?
I think that's too creepy.
I'll do it with my hair for her.
Equally as but these watches come at a price. Let's
Doesn't
go to the
everything?
line. What is your best guess at how much this watch costs?
I was just gonna ask, I want to know. I'm gonna say like $100.
All right.
$50?
I bet it's expensive. $250?
It is $199.
Wow.
$1.99?
No, $199.
200
To
bills?
get your cat's hair
get
skinned
your-
and turned into a watch?
Oh, your
You
boy
don't- you
was
don't-
closest without going over.
Yeah, you don't skin the
Huge.
cat. I think you just kind of.
I hope not.
I meant like.
Wait! I have a story about skinning. Not cats, but animals.
Oh,
Like, is this a remembrance thing, or is this like a taxidermy thing?
I think it's more just like
It's like a
you
fetish.
brush them and get the fur, and then you put it into a watch form. I don't know. I thought it was ridiculous. They're not even like cute. They're like really ugly, and like someone probably would think you were a serial killer.
I wish we could put up the image of it. Well, real quick.
We probably can. Look at this image of the pet watches right
Um,
here.
So I was filming a project with a group, and one of the house that we were at, one of the roommates came out and was like, "Hey, I don't mean to interrupt your shooting, but I have this big thing that I have to move." We were like, "All right, do you need any help?" And she goes, "Yeah." Starts to walk towards
She?
his car.
He,
She.
she.
She. Her name was Oshin. And she was wearing overalls with tattoos and a mullet, and it was sick. And she came out on fire, and she was like, "I'm Oshin. I just want to introduce myself because it's about to get weird. I skin animals for a hobby and then cook them." So we opened up the trunk, and I guess her roommate called her and was like, "There's roadkill on the side of the road." She's got a deer in the back of her trunk. So me and my buddy picked up the deer and just put it on the side of the house for them to cook. And I guess they're having like a party this weekend where they're eating the venison.
What?
How
Okay, that's
crazy
kind
is
of
that?
awesome.
It's kind of awesome. Like, I think it's really cool. It was the last thing I thought that I was going to do. No one's ever interrupted me to move a dead deer before, dead doe. It was still warm. But its neck was snapped. Neck was hanging there like that. It was all
my God.
broken.
I guess
Gross.
that's really environmental, like reduce, reuse, recycle.
Yeah, although other animals could have used it. I wonder what she does with the skin. I didn't really
Where's
ask. I didn't really ask questions, but she
Turns
seemed
it
like a
into
wicked nice
watch.
person, so I don't think
You could
she's
send it.
a
And
killer.
it's not just cats. If you have a dog, you can send your dog hair in, get a dog watch.
My dog does shed a lot. Lots of fur all over the place.
Yeah. But anyways, I don't think this business is really going to be profitable at all. Anyone think it's going to be profitable?
I mean, depends on what the cost benefit is. Like, if it's
Not for
relatively
humans.
cheap to turn, like for them to turn the fur into a watch, I guess I don't need to make that many to stay in business.
Yeah, I don't know. Either way, both of these stories were ridiculous. The UK has some serious problems, and so does anyone who's buying a pet fur watch. That's all the time we have, so join us for the next segment. We'll be right back. Welcome back. This is the last segment we got for you guys, so really sad to that. And what else is really sad is Club Penguin is dead. So is our childhood. Here to talk about it, we have Jake, Molly, and Kate.
Good to have you back.
Anyone an avid player of Club Penguin?
I was extremely avid for about 2 weeks when I was 9.
Only 2 weeks? What?
Neopets was my jam. I never really expanded from there.
Neopets.
Neopets.
We're not
Wow.
there. We're not there yet. One thing at a time.
Yeah. Holy
Club-
smokes.
What
Club-
have you got against Neopets?
No. I just haven't thought of them in years.
I feel like that was pre-Club Penguin.
Club Penguin
was,
was lit growing up. My particular penguin, my dad had set up my account for me, so I wasn't allowed to have like the regular chat. It was called Super Safe Chat. So it had like pre-made phrases for me that I could pick from, like, hey, want to meet on the iceberg, etc. I really preferred Club Penguin to Webkins, and you could also be like a ninja.
It's two.
Yeah, you could also be like a ninja though on Club Penguin and
It was
compete for
crazy.
belts. I had a lot
Club
of fun.
Penguin
You
was
get the
so
puffles.
fun. It was
Yeah,
so
the
fun.
puffles.
One
as
free
well.
puffle. I had so many different accounts because I would just forget the password or get kicked off because I was just, me and my buddies would be like, oh, we're
Typing
bored. Let's go get
profanities.
kicked off
Yeah.
Club Penguin. We would
How
just say
old were you when
profanities.
you were on Club Penguin?
Last time I was on it was sophomore year of college. We were high and we got bored. We were like, let's make a Club Penguin and get
That's
kicked
really
off.
funny.
It lasted about 4 minutes because then we got kicked off. We said like, I don't know, like, fuck all you hoes.
Yeah, like,
You cannot say
and
that.
then immediately you'd be like, you
Yeah.
can't be on this website for 30 days or something
But
like
Club
that.
Penguin, like I'd hit up my friends and be like, "Yo, let's go to Club Penguin. Let's go party on the iceberg," and we would all
Yeah.
just be like, "Appearing on the
And
iceberg."
you try to tip the iceberg.
Yeah,
That was always
yeah.
the thing.
Yeah.
I think it actually eventually like tipped. I think the creators of it like a week or two ago like actually had it tip because that was always the goal.
I was always into those little like quest things you had to
Oh,
do,
yeah.
and it was like
Yeah.
it was like a video game kind
The,
of.
Or, like,
the,
a
the
spy
tube
stuff.
one down the snow mountain.
Yeah,
that was cool.
the spy games.
The spy
Those
games.
are really fun.
Yeah.
I enjoyed those
They were
problem
good.
solving.
The last time I was on Club Penguin also was like this year. Mostly just because the A Fund was really bored one day and decided to make an A Fund Club Penguin.
It's really funny.
Oh,
And it lasted about 2 minutes. And
they
then
definitely did
they
that.
got
I
bored
think.
and stopped. But
Previous.
Yeah, I went
some
on
point.
my old Webkins account recently because I remembered the password. Password's just monkey because my Webkins is a monkey. So I was really
Genius.
using my brains on that one.
The thrilling
Webkins.
creativity of
Webkins
a
sucked.
8-year-old.
Neopets.
Yeah,
I don't
Webkins is
remember
okay.
Neopets, but I remember
Oh, I
having
loved
them and being into them.
Neopets.
Why can't I
Loved
think of it?
Neopets.
The,
Can I Google a
the
picture?
website was really
They
confusing.
looked kind of like Pokemon, and there was like a lot of mini games you could play to get like coins.
But it's such an in-depth world. Like,
Yeah.
I was really surprised that a game for 8-year-olds, 9-year-olds had like such an in-depth world with a lot of lore that was like could get surprisingly dark. Like one of my favorite Neopets NPCs was this, it's like one of the cat people. I forget their name, but he's
I
like
have
one of
no
the cat people who was like a really bad dude in life, and then he got killed, and then as a ghost,
Oh,
he was like,
jeez.
"Wow, I repent for all of the like horrible things I've done. I become a ghost avenger."
So dark.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
Neopets got dark.
I didn't get super into Neopets because it was like very confusing.
Yeah, but
like,
it
a
was
lot
also
to
to
it.
think about the times, like the technology wasn't fully there. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
like these websites were not like websites of today. They were like drop down menus and like
Yeah.
Windows 98.
They're
you
kind of
know?
revolutionary in a way though, because before it was just pretty much like software games, like PC games and stuff, where you had to like load in a disc and then to move on to like any kind of mini game on like your computer, arcade games
Yeah.
and stuff. Was pretty cool.
Back to Club Penguin though, why do we think it's dead? Like, why is it going away? Are kids just like lame nowadays?
It just said it wasn't getting enough popularity. Like it just slowly declined, and they were like, we're just better off.
There are
These kids
fads,
and these
people move
goddamn
on.
iPhones.
See, I feel like they should have given like a heads up, Club Penguin's closing in a month, because then I definitely would have made another one and just like explored it just one last time, you know?
I think they did. I think they gave us a heads up.
I didn't get it. They should have given our age group a heads up. Our age group should have gotten a heads up.
Yeah, a clear heads up.
Imagine if we were just like, instead of on Facebook, we were also on Club Penguin and like meeting up with people, chatting. Like, there should have
It
been
would
like,
I don't know why.
It could become
Sorry.
like
it should have been like Club Penguin like rated R version.
yeah, it could have become like a
UMass,
Tinder of
dude.
sorts.
It could have been Tinder.
Dead ass, I learned my smooth talking from Club Penguin.
Nice.
Crazy.
I learned my smooth talk off of Safe Chat.
I
Wanted
mean,
Me by the Iceberg
all
is
fads
pretty
come and
smooth.
go,
Yeah.
right? Club Penguin is closing. Like Webkins, lost its popularity a long time ago. They're now giving you like a free Webkins if you sign up, and then Neopets got like acquired by Scientologists or something.
Oh, that's hilarious. That's the best thing I heard all day. Yeah, but it's been it's been a wild ride on the Club Penguin train.
Yeah. I'm still really upset because I think children are just way too into like their iPhones and like
They're real in-
Instagram. Like,
Instagram is
like,
huge.
Like
Slime.
12-year-olds
They
are
love
not
slime.
going
What the
on
hell
pub.
is slime?
You haven't heard about this?
Oh,
You will.
man, the
Kids-
slime
kids
epidemic.
are obsessed with slime.
What is slime?
They like buy like
Glue.
Play-Doh but
and-
looser. Like they buy it from websites, they make their own, they sell it. You mix together like Elmer's glue and like
Borax.
detergent.
Oh my god, someone
Borax.
just got like chemical burns from that.
Yeah,
Oh,
like some
really?
girl from Massachusetts just got like chemical burns making the slime.
No,
It's,
kids
from
are like
borax.
obsessed with it. It's like silly bands and stuff. It's like one of those phases where they're just like playing with slime and flipping markers in bottles and.
I mean,
Silly
that's
band.
cute though. Like if the craft project is the
I
hot new
support
fad.
that stuff. I'm just like really upset at my like 11-year-old cousins who have Instagrams and like contour their faces and
Yep.
pretend to be Kylie Jenner. I'm just like, that is not what I was doing at 11.
I have a killer snap streak with my 8-year-old cousin right now.
But, any final last words to Club Penguin?
Just that like it will be missed. A lot of my formative years were spent on that website. I learned a lot.
Learned a lot on the mean streets of Club Penguin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Club Penguin, you will be missed. Really sad day. That's all the time we have. We'll see you next week.